We have our database and a user, and now we need to get the WordPress files on the remote computer so they can all work together. In this video, we'll download the WordPress software to our web hosting server with our FileZilla FTP program. For this, we'll need the username and password that you used to open your hosting account. And finally, we'll run the install script provided by WordPress where we enter all the information we gathered. Now, locate the WordPress zip file you downloaded to your computer and unzip the file. On this computer, I can select the file and click the right mouse key and select Extract from the drop-down. This will start the unzip process. If you're using 7-zip, then open the program and select the file for extraction. It'll extract into a folder that starts with WordPress and then has the version number. Now open your FTP program. We're using FileZilla. Connect to the site by using the domain name, the username, and the password associated with that user that the web hosting company provided to log into your hosting account. These are different than the database information from earlier. This information was given to you by the web hosting company. Now click the Quick Connect button. This will connect you to the root directory of the remote server. Click on the public_HTML folder. On some servers this may be different. It may be called Home, for instance. WordPress can be installed in this root directory, or you can create a subdirectory and install WordPress there. We're going to install WordPress in this root directory. Now click on the unzipped WordPress folder and you'll find another WordPress folder. Click on this additional folder. Inside will be all the WordPress files we need to upload to the remote server. Select the first directory or file, then move the scroll bar down to the bottom and hold the Shift key down and click on the last file or directory. This will select all the files and directories. Now hover the mouse over the selected files and directories and holding the left mouse button down, drag the files and directories to the remote server panel. This will start the download process. This may take several minutes depending on the speed of your connection. After the upload, we come to the final step. We need to tell WordPress where to find the database it needs to store the information for the site. This is where the database information is used that we created earlier. Open your web browser and enter your website address. If you installed WordPress in a folder, then you'll need to include that in the address. This will run the WordPress install script. The first screen simply tells you that WordPress cannot find a file called wp-config.php that it needs to operate, and it'll create that file and configure it for you. It just needs some additional information. Click on the Create a Configuration File. This will take you to a screen where it tells you the information you'll need to complete this install. Since we already have this information, we can click on the Let's Go button. Now it's a simple matter of copying and pasting the information we created. Copy and paste the database name, the username, the password, and the database host. The table prefix can be left as is, but for added security we can change it. Click on the Submit button. This will activate the WordPress install script. Clicking on this button will start the process of setting up the database and installing WordPress on the site. Finally, we need to enter a site name, which can be changed later, and a username that is used to log into the site, which cannot be changed. It's a good idea to change this from the default username admin to help prevent hacking. And a password is entered twice. This is the password that will be associated with the username to log into the site. And an email address that is used by WordPress to send emails about site administration. Any valid email address will work, and it can be changed later. And a checkbox to make your site visible to the search engines. Since this is a new site, you may not want the search engines indexing just yet. You can uncheck this box for now and change it back when the site is ready for indexing. Remember, this information, with the exception of the username, can be changed later. Finally, click on the Install WordPress button. You'll get a success screen. You have successfully installed WordPress, and you can now log into your site at your domain name /wp-admin by using the username and password you just entered. Congratulations! You now have a WordPress site.